What is up, everyone? I have a lot of very interesting news for you today. And I've gotten an upgrade. No, I'm not going to be reading off of this. It's too big. This is just for drawing. But on a serious note, there's a few really interesting things happening that I just completely forgot to cover yesterday for whatever reason. Maybe that's a good thing because the video would have been too long. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the news. Facebook is creating a smartwatch, guys. Yes. Guys, I've had a lot of smartwatches. Like a lot. Because the most important thing for me in a smartwatch is battery life, and it seems none of them can get that right. Like 2 days of battery life just isn't enough for me because I tend to sleep in it. The only watch that did actually handle that was a TicWatch. Then that started getting really slow. But Facebook plans its first smartwatch for next summer with 2 cameras and a heart rate monitor. Now, let's remember, this is Facebook. This is the company that people hate for surveillance. My question is, why you need 2 cameras? Like, I know, one of them is going to be pointing towards you for video conference calls on your watch. Going back to that battery life problem, I just don't see conference calls on your smartwatch being good for the battery. I just can't see it. I can imagine that draining it really fast, unless Facebook has some access to some insane battery technology that we don't know about. However, Facebook is taking a novel approach to its first smartwatch, which the company hasn't confirmed publicly, but currently plans to debut next summer. The device will feature a display with 2 cameras that can be detached from the wrist for taking pictures and videos that can be shared across Facebook's suite of apps, including Instagram, The Verge has learned. So this is from The Verge, guys. Can you imagine taking your watch off your wrist to take a picture every time you want to take a picture? I feel like if you want to be taking pictures, you can do that with your phone or with your camera. Actually, it's there. I don't feel like taking your watch off your wrist every time you want to take a photo is the most ergonomic thing. They could do what the Samsung Galaxy Neo, I had the Neo too, did actually, where the camera was like here and you could take the picture with your wrist without having to take off the watch. That could work, but let's move on to the main problem here. It's Facebook making a smartwatch. It's going to be a privacy concern. People are already concerned about the privacy of Facebook. And yes, I'm not the one to judge. After all, I bought plenty of Oculus devices. I know what I've gotten myself into. But then again, I did uninstall things like the Facebook app from my phone. So yeah, dual standards, am I right? But that's not my point. My point is, with this thing, they're also planning to allow it to connect to cellular mobile data and having an eSIM, virtual version of what you shove into your phone. With 24/7 surveillance, with cameras on your wrist, as you will learn with our next news stories, Facebook hasn't stopped with the ads, and it might just annoy you. So I can see where there's a privacy concern here, and I don't see how they're going to catch up with major market leaders like Samsung. Apple, of course. Yes, we've got Apple on there. They've made the Apple Watch. Who makes good Android smartwatches? No one. I love Android. You guys know I'm an Android fanboy, but I am gonna diss Android where it just doesn't do very well, and I don't think it does very well in smartwatches, unless there's some Angel smartwatch that I don't know about. They've had a few good ones, but maybe I just couldn't afford them. But yeah, let me know what you think about this down below. Are you gonna buy the Facebook smartwatch? I wonder what integration it's going to have with VR, or if it's going to have integration with VR. Imagine the smartwatch being that wristband that reads your nerves. That would be dope. We need to make that happen. Like, Facebook Messenger already has access to my fitness data from this. Why does it need that? There is a hidden passcode menu inside your Oculus Quest 2. So Alex Lloyd sent over a little image of something that looks very much like a passcode unlock for your Oculus Quest. It definitely fits the theme of the Oculus Quest. It looks like it was built to be there. So I'm going to read straight from them right here. Yup, Android 10. So the app only allows the unlock pattern. No other screen lock types as of now, in the app when you try to set up an unlock pattern on your Oculus Quest. So it's not just something in the hidden settings, which was another way to change the type. And it was already there before. No, this looks to fit the Quest and its UI, and functions as so. However, going to unlock the Quest on my phone uses the unlock pattern. Perhaps this is because they have not updated the app to see it yet. So it seems that once you set an unlock pin using this app, inside your Oculus app, it asks you for an unlock pattern. This is actually something Android does. If any of you have ever played around hardcore with Android, I'm big into modding, so if you guys have a custom recovery and the recovery got encrypted, nowadays recoveries just allow you to put in the pattern, but in the past what they do is every dot on that unlock pattern would actually equal a number. So you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm guessing essentially when you put in that pin, it kind of translates into that unlock pattern, even though it's much harder to do it that way around rather than, doing the unlock pattern in numbers. It's very hard to switch them around. While it's possible to draw your unlock pattern in numbers, it's much more difficult to draw your pin in an unlock pattern, if you get what I'm trying to say. Either way, it's interesting to see them adding more privacy to the Oculus Quest, you know, so that let's say you've got siblings and they keep stealing your Quest, now they won't be able to do so because you could just set up a pin, and if you're more comfortable with a pin than a pattern, there you go. And people do say that pins are one of the safest ways to unlock our devices. Probably much easier than a pattern, to be honest with you, because there's certain patterns to patterns that people usually go for. So yeah, quite interesting there. In case you guys use an unlock pattern, it seems we may be able to look forward to a new way of unlocking our Quest and locking it. Okay, and another one from The Verge here. This one is this is the one I was talking about earlier. Facebook will start putting ads in the Oculus Quest apps. So Facebook will soon start testing ads inside its Oculus Quest virtual reality system. In the coming weeks, ads will start appearing inside the Resolution games, titled like Blast On, as well as 2 other unnamed apps. Facebook will later expand the system based on user feedback, saying it aims to create a self-sustaining platform for VR development. So you guys know why the Oculus Quest is so cheap. Number 1, they make it back on app sales, and number 2, they're still gathering data for you on ads. And while they haven't thrown them in yet, they're clearly starting, and that is going to annoy a lot of people. But hear me out. I know ads are annoying, and I know targeted ads are also annoying, but this is how a lot of people make their money, including myself actually, on these videos. I know that if there is an excessive amount of ads, it's a pain, and that's what nobody wants in VR, because then it becomes IOI, and Facebook becoming IOI would ruin VR for the thousands of people that bought VR headsets. But hear me out. What if they make it seamless? Let's say you're in a VR game and a VR developer can say, yes, this billboard within the game on this building can be used to show ads, and the ad can be made to kind of suit the game. In Robo Recall, there's a lot of billboards when you go throughout the city. Imagine those billboards showing ads for real life products and making those ads themed towards that game. How cool would that be? That, I would say, is more immersion increasing than immersion killing. The ads aren't showing up in front of your face. They're not the annoying types of ads that show up on your phone, you know, wait 10 seconds to skip. No, they would be immersion increasing because they would be in the game and they could be themed towards the game on billboards that are already within the game. I don't know, that's something for you guys there to think about. Some people might still absolutely despise and hate that idea, but hear me out. If it really was like that, and it allowed Facebook to continue creating cheap devices for the masses, I think that could be a good way out of this. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to tell you guys about how much I love ads. Nobody likes ads. In fact, people pay subscription services, people pay flat out for games just to remove ads. I mean, just look at mobile games. The thing is, we paid for this device. We paid for the Oculus Quest 2. We pay for the games that we buy. That's why people are so angry. People aren't necessarily angry at the ads so much as they are angry at the fact that they're going to appear in paid content. I completely agree with that. I don't think ads should appear in games that we've paid for. I don't think ads should appear in the menu of the Quest because we paid for the device. And that's what people are angry about. And as much as I really don't think Facebook is going to start creating a whole new IOI and a land of ads where ads will show up every 5 seconds in front of you in a game, or you'll be playing Beat Saber and all of a sudden you'll get a Candy Crush ad, I mean, it might just happen. To all the people in the comments section laughing at us for buying a Quest device and getting what was coming, yes, those people do exist. We expected this. We bought a Facebook device. This device was owned by Facebook. It's not like the first Oculus Rift where it's now owned by Facebook. This was already owned by Facebook. Do we like the ads? No. But were they to be expected? Yes. Facebook is selling this device for cheap for a reason. They're able to make their money back through games on the store, but not only. Facebook is a huge advertising company, and it was bound to happen sooner or later. And I think the question here shouldn't be whether we like the ads, because I don't think they're going anywhere, but how they will be implemented. Because if they're implemented, like I've said before, on billboards or signs already existing in games, I don't think people would care that much, because the billboards and signs are already there, and if the ads were themed towards the game, it could actually increase immersion. However, I don't think any advertiser is going to want to go through the pain of actually theming the ad towards the game. Now, the V30 update comes with a lot of good things. Multitasking for the Quest 2 and AirLink for the Oculus Quest 1. Eddie here has the Oculus Quest 1. However, it also seems to be an update with an alpha and omega. perfect balance in the world, kind of like all Facebook updates have had up until now. You get some good and you get some bad. And as much as V30 might not necessarily break anything, it seems that it might just add ads. Now it does say Facebook is rolling this out very slowly, looking for user feedback, and user feedback we shall give them. Again, as much as I hate ads, this is how a lot of people make their money, but only on free content. You're watching this right now. This is free. This is my job. Ads are showing up. Yet, if I made you pay for this video, I wouldn't put ads on it. Why? Because I just think that's too much. Which is why all of these are free, because the ads show up. It just kind of makes sense, and that's what we're all angry about. Paid content plus ads. It just doesn't go well together. Facebook introduced ads on the Oculus mobile app last month, and this is an exciting one for all you PlayStation VR fans. Yes, we now have a rough view on when PlayStation VR might be coming, and that seems to be late 2022. However, that's not all. We seem to have upgraded panels within the headset. So, Bloomberg. Fading iPhone LCD screen maker pivots to virtual reality. Japan Display Inc., one of Apple's key suppliers, sees a new market for its liquid crystal displays, offering setting? After setting the smartphones arena to rival OLED screens, the niche yet growing virtual reality business. The Tokyo-based LCD specialist expects its favored display technology to become the standard for VR because it can achieve higher resolution than OLED while keeping costs reasonable. So it seems like we might just be getting another upgrade for VR headsets. One important holdout remains: Sony Group Corporations plans to use Samsung Display OLEDs in its next generation VR goggles. Calling them goggles always makes me laugh. According to people with the knowledge of the matter, the Japanese console giant sold more than 5 million units of the original PSVR, launched in 2016, and is aiming to release its successor in the holiday period next year. The people said asking, not to be named, discussing internal plans. A Sony spokesperson and a Samsung Display representative declined to comment. So there's our proof that basically the next PSVR is probably going to be using OLEDs. That's very exciting because OLEDs are beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful displays. And the fact that their blacks can be just so damn nice is amazing. And now with the coming news of using new lenses for not only Sony's new PSVR, but also the Oculus Quest Pro or the Oculus Quest 3, whatever you want to call it, that is very exciting because we may just be switching from Fresnel lenses to pancake lenses. And in case you guys haven't seen that video, make sure to check it out right up here. It's very exciting news since lenses are one of the most important things in VR headsets as well as the displays. So we could just be looking at pancake lenses plus high resolution, high refresh rate OLEDs, allowing for a wider FOV with new lens technology. How exciting would that be? I think the future is very exciting, and next year might just be a huge leap for virtual reality as a whole. I'm very excited to see it. Let me know what you think about all of this down below. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a fantastic day. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like. If you guys disliked it, I guess this button works too, but please tell me why down in the comment section below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, make sure to join our Discord down below, make sure to join our Reddit, where I want to see you posting your spice memes. And if you guys have any news you want me to cover, at me on the Discord. Lately, quite a few of you guys have been bringing me news that you want me to cover, or issues that you want me to talk about. So that's very exciting right there. If you guys would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, we've got sick merch down below that doesn't put a huge ad on anybody, and mugs that boost your FPS by 300%. And if you guys want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel daily, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your word in my out, and see you guys next video. Peace.